Hello everyone. In this video we will talk about the concept behind the trailing stop and break even, and then we will go back and take a look at the updates in the market. Now let's say that you started a short position at any price and your take profit is way below. Okay, so this is the take profit, and I will call it, I don't know, yellow. Now, chances are that market will go down, but never hit your take profit, and go back up, and then, boom, explodes upward. So, although you were in profit mode, now you are in a losing mode. So, the concept behind the break even, actually, is that whenever the price, the blue line, passed your position into winning mode at some point, you tell the bot that, hey, put your stop loss, and I will call it red and dotted. Okay? Put your stop loss somewhere below your position. Actually, this is the short one. We will talk about the long one later. So that if the price now starts to move upward and hit your stop, your position will be closed in a winning mode. Okay? So you won't lose anything and you will win some profit there, provided it's not your take profit, but you are still a winner. Remember, the market's supposed to go up from here on. So instead of being in losing mode, you're still winning some profit. That's break even. Now the same concept follows for the trailing stop. So remember, this was your break even point. This is your stop level. Now trailing stop says that, hey, if the market continue to move in my favor, move this stop loss lower. So the more the market goes down, the more profit I'm locked. So now if market comes back up and hits my stop, I win even bigger amount. And that's the concept behind trailing stop. Now let's talk about a long position, okay? So this is your long position here. And this is your take profit. Originally, we don't have any stop loss. So you say that, hey, if the market moved in my favor, at some point, put a stop loss in a position that if the market goes against me now and hits it, I will lock some profit here. Small amount maybe, but I'm profitable now. Remember, supposedly, market will go down and make you a loser, okay? Like so. So you are profited. The same thing happens when trailing stop works. So the market continues to move up, your stop starts moving up. So now if market goes down from here, you will lock even bigger profit. That's the concept behind take profit and, break even and trailing stop. Now about the values we have in settings, the BE start or break even start is this value. When the price is at some point, we will start doing the break even. The break even gap or BEG is the space, or actually I should say points difference between your position and where your stop should be. So that's the gap for break even. Okay? So when the price is at this point, put my stop loss with this gap here. That's break even. Now trailing stop says that when the price hit this point, So when the price is at here, in this distance from my position, now do this gap for trailing, meaning that now you will use the difference between the current price and the gap to put your stop. You are not concerned about your position anymore. The gap will work from the current price now. Okay? That was for long. For the short, it's just the reverse. Okay? So when the price is at here, use the gap from the position for the break even. But if price moves forward in my desired direction, now the gap will be from the price for the trailing stop to happen. That's the difference between the gaps. Now, how did I put these values? It's actually really simple. Although in version 3 we gave you some default values, but those are based on the demo server. In your server, maybe the spreads are different, these values are different. What I did is that I looked at these 1 minute targets. So for example, Aussie dollar CAD is already between 19 to 23, maybe 25. Okay? So I decided that, hey, 20 is almost around my first value of take profit. So that's the gap for my break even, meaning that that's the minimum amount of profit that I want to lock. But when should I do that? I double this number and put it in break even start. Actually, you can do a little better job and add the maximum spread to this value, so it will be 45, for example. So the spread is being counted. But in my opinion, just doubling this value and putting it here is all you need. Now for trailing stop, in version 3, we have this little green arrowed button. If you hit this button, we add 10 points to break even start and put it as the trailing start. The point that trailing stop will start. And the same value for the gap will be used for trailing gap. Now, why is that? Basically, if you look at different thing, here, the difference between 15 and 30 is 15. So I will continue with 15 gap between current price and my trailing stop. That's the concept. So what did I do is find my desired values here. For example, in your CHF, I decided that, okay, it's between 13, 14, maybe 15 is a good value for take profit, the minimum take profit. So that's my break-even gap. I multiplied by 2, so that's my break-even start. Hitting this value, I add 10 to the break-even start. That's my trailing start. And then the same gap happens here for the trailing stop. These values are just for starters. Okay? This is the easiest way to put some values there that work. At some point, you will start tracking your markets one after another and doing it one at a time. And you will start playing with these numbers. For example, you may say that, okay, instead of 50, I want the trailing stop to start right after the 40. So I will do 41 and with 20 gap. Or actually, I want to hit this take profit here, 50, 50 something, 55. Then I will start the trailing stop. So I want to adjust this number to 54, for example. And then the difference between 55 and 20 is 35, so I may want the gap to be 35. These are valid ways of actually putting your trailing stop compared to your break even. For the break even value, I highly suggest that you choose one of these values as the gap, double it, and put it as the start. But for trailing, it's up to you that if you want to trail exactly at this moment forward, or when you hit one of the higher time take profits and then trail forward, it's up to you. My recommendation is what I did in the robot. Okay? So that's about trailing stop and the options here. And that's it, actually. By the way, when you adjust these numbers, then you'll need to turn on the columns here. So B is for break even, T is for trailing stop. And if you turn on break even, but you have zeros for break start or the gap, any one of them is zero, it won't work. Same concept for trailing. If you turn on the trailing, but the values here are either one of them are zero, trailing won't work. So you need non-zeros values, and you need to turn on these buttons. Now in version 3, when you hit the reset, these values are set. These buttons are turned on except cat CHF, the daemon market that is not working in the demo, at least in our party ECN, and I can't define a value here for time being. You need to adjust this one for yourself until I switch in a real account and I figure out some number for these guys. But, you know, the one way or another, you will sit down and adjust these numbers the way you like it. The spread, the break-even and trailing stop, and that would be it. Now I will add this equity here in this video because it's easy. The way I implemented it is that when the balance and equity are close to each other, the amount of the number you set here, you will get an alarm, a notification, SMS, and an email. If you set your notification here and email here, then yes, the notification and emails will receive. If you don't, and this value is not zero, by the way, whenever these two values get close to each other, this amount, you will get an alarm. Now, remember, right now it's 5,900. And let's say that I put 100 here. If equity is 5,800, the gap is $100, I will get an alarm. If, however, for whatever reason, equity is 6,000, 5,900, the gap is again $100, I will get an alarm again. So it doesn't matter which one of these two are the bigger one. As soon as the gap is equal or smaller than this number, you will get an alarm. Nothing else will happen. Just that. That's the equity lock. I didn't do the equity lock and flatten things. Just an alarm so that you can do anything you want with the account. Okay. Now we talked about break-even, trailing stop, our new algorithm, our new adjustments on the take profit. The only thing remaining is the cleaning mode. In next video, right now actually is a good time because our profit is negative. That's the very first time because I'm cleaning my account. And we will talk about cleaning mode in the next video. Have fun, everyone. Bye-bye.